Hello Patriots, Ricochet here, my buddy Riley. I'm afraid tonight's going to be a rant. I'm pissed off. I've just had it up to my eyeballs with this liberal, democratic, socialist bullshit. I don't know what else to say except that I've had it. We have a crisis at the border. We have incoming illegal aliens that are disease-ridden, and there's so many things that the American public doesn't know, and it's almost one of the things that I'm really upset about is the attitude of the American people. It's like, it's going to work itself out, and it's not going to work itself out. It's not going to do anything except get worse until the American patriots have said, damn it, that's enough. I've had it. I'm done. I'm through with this nonsense. Now, when does that happen? I want to talk to you a little bit about the border and the crisis at the border. That some of these things that America doesn't realize. We're getting a lot of people coming across the border from South Africa. And if you don't know this, South Africa has an outbreak of Ebola. Ebola is a rare disease. And so far, we haven't had any documented cases in the United States. However, just recently, the Border Patrol agency and the Border Patrol people reported that they had recently captured over 500 people from South Africa, most of those from the Congo, coming into America across the border, which they had to detain for a few days. The problem with that is that Ebola, the disease, is not detectable by any kind of a test. It's something that once you have it, is when you know you have it. You don't know before. There's not really any symptoms that can be detected until you get sick and start coughing up blood and die. Now, it's an epidemic in Africa. But here in the United States, that hasn't happened yet. But can it happen? Oh, hell yes. They have an outbreak on the border right now. If you haven't heard of mumps and measles, normally in an area you get 10 or 15 cases. There's been over 50 or 60 reported in just one location. So, is there a problem with people coming across the border who have diseases? Yeah, there is. Now, some of these people are being contained. Some of them are held for a few days. But the problem is, it's not so much the ones that are being contained, it's the ones that cross the border who are not contained. And they walk into America. They're free to walk anywhere they want to go. If they get discovered, they're given benefits, they're given Medicare, they're given tax returns. I'm just sick of it. We've got homeless veterans on the street, living on the street, literally, have no income, no subsidy of any type from our government. However, the government, our government, hands out money to illegal aliens like it's candy. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of this bullshit. This is not America. This is not what this country was founded on. And until we the people take control of it and do something about it, nothing's going to change. If you're not involved in this right now, you need to get involved, because this is a serious, serious problem. I'm not just talking about me making a little video here for people to listen to. I'm talking about somebody getting involved and talking to people, writing letters to your senators, to your representatives, congressmen, to your state representatives, talking to people. This has to happen so that we patriots can take control of this country again. I can't tell you how important this is. You have to decide that for yourself. But I will tell you this. I have seen socialism. I know what it looks like. And you don't want to be a part of it. But that's exactly the plan that the Democratic platform has in store for you. I don't care what your political platform might be, Democratic, Independent, Republican, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. Everybody that can hear my voice and breathe air is subject to socialism taking over the United States of America, destroying our Constitution and our foundational principles of God and country. Now, if that's what you want, you're about to get your way unless you stand up and fight. This is not a joke. This is not a conspiracy theory. This is fact. I can quote you facts. I can quote you figures. I can quote you all of that. But you know what? None of that's important right now until your heart and your soul realizes that this country is in trouble. That's what's important, is getting people in the right frame of mind to do something about this problem. It's going to take all of us. The socialists have got Soros's money, and I can't even tell you how many other billionaires that are kicking money into that socialist platform to bring socialism into this country, to rule it under a dictatorship, to take your property away, to take your freedom away, take your ability to worship where you want to away, to take all of your privileges away. Now, if you think I'm joking, you can look at Venezuela. I don't need to get into a bunch of details. Just look at the country. It was the richest country in South America. Okay? And look at it today. That's socialism at work. The young people, the millennials, don't have a clue anything about socialism and how it works. They're not familiar with the Vietnam War. They're not familiar with 9/11. They're not familiar with the things that made this country great. Our educational system is broken down. Our educational system has moved liberal to where even our youngest children are being given a liberal education. And that's sick. That's sick because they're not teaching the foundational principles of our forefathers and this country's history. That's sad. Now, we can sit back, we can watch it happen, and then our children's children, our grandchildren, our great-grandchildren, they're going to suffer greatly. We've got a Muslim movement in this country that's very frightening. I'm not opposed to Muslim religion. I'm not opposed to any religion, but I am opposed to jihad. And unfortunately, that's what the Muslim people represent. I'm not saying every one of them do, but I'm saying the majority of them do, because that's what they were raised. Just like most of us Christian, white American Christians were raised with God and country. But they're raised with a Quran and with the knowledge that that Quran in 61 places tells them to kill the infidel. And if you're a white person living in America, in the United States of America, you are an infidel, whether you want to be one or not. You're a target. And I promise you, if this thing ever breaks out into a war or a civil war of any kind, you better be able to protect yourself. You better have weapons, you better have ammunition, because they don't care. They'd as soon chop your head off if they support Muslim terrorist groups than they would as look at you. So, at some point in time, that's what we're facing. We're facing a disease epidemic. We're facing a possible Muslim terrorist attack again. They've been coming across the borders. They have proven that. There's so many of them in here that they believe are part of sleeper cells right in the United States right now, today, as I'm doing this video. And what's being done about it? What's being done? The Democratic Party wants them here. I know that's hard to believe, but the Democratic Party today is not the Democratic Party of John F. Kennedy. It's a joke. And it's a tyranny movement against this country, its Constitution, and its people. So, I want you to think about what I've said. I want you to think about some of the problems we face, and I'm asking you, for God's name and for God's sakes, to get involved in this fight, in this election coming up in November the 3rd in 2020. Get behind President Trump. Get behind what he's trying to do for this country to make it great again and keep it great. Get behind him and vote red in this coming election. We need to regain control of the House of Representatives to be able to allow President Trump to get the changes made that need to be changed in this country in the next 4 years. We all know that Nancy Pelosi in the Democratic House is not going to do anything for President Trump in this last year and a half before the next election. It's not going to happen. Why? Because of their hatred of Trump and the fact that he's sitting in the president's chair. They hate him. They're not going to change. They're not going to change their narrative. They're not going to change their ideas. And they're going to try to make this country a socialist country with one of their Democratic candidates for president in this coming election. You have to decide, is this country worth the fact that you don't want to be a part of a communist nation? Or is that just doesn't matter to you? Well, you better think about that. If you want to live in a country like Venezuela, then that's something you definitely need to stop and think about. So, until the next time, Riley and I here, we're going to keep supporting our president. We're going to keep loving him and doing everything we can to see that he gets reelected. So to all you veterans, all you veteran families, I salute you. I salute the President of the United States and the First Lady and all you patriots. God bless you. God bless our President, his wife, his staff, and God bless the United States of America.